Welcome to my YouTube channel, the channel you need to learn all the professional workflows. Today, we will continue working on the design of this Instagram social media visual. Okay, this is the final image here, guys. Take a look at it. This is what we ended up last time, so let's continue. Okay guys, now let's add some texture to the background. First of all, we need to group all the background. How we can do this? Choose this layer, hold shift, choose the first layer, hold shift, click, Control plus G to group. Let's call this background. Yes, let's open the group. Okay, go to file from the top menu, place embedded. Again guys, all these assets will be linked in the description. Choose this first paper texture here, hold alt, click and drag to scale it from the center, press enter, change the blending mode to multiply. Yes, I think it's a little bit higher on the opacity, so let's reduce it, maybe around 65. Let's add the other texture, go to file, place embedded, choose the other texture, hold alt, click and drag to scale from the center, hold enter to place, change the blending mode to multiply. Again, let's reduce the opacity again, but yes, maybe 50% this time is good. Okay, now what we are doing next, let's add some image to the background. Choose the layer of the color fill here, orange color fill, go to file, place embedded, choose this image. Let's hold alt, click and drag to scale from the center, maybe scale it down a bit. Yes, I think this is much better. Enter to place, change the blending mode to soft light, reduce the opacity. This is creative decisions, guys. Whatever you find is okay, you can stick to it, but I think 60% will be good for me now. Okay, I think because this image is a little bit sharp, it is competing with the attention with the main subject. Now how we can fix this? By blurring this background image. Go select the image layer, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I think maybe we can go with 3.5. I think will be good. Now guys, let's add the text in the background. T for type tool. Okay, let's make it on top, click, one click. Let's write the headline, which is grow your, press enter, social media. Okay guys, now from the top menu here, we want to be center aligned. Okay, I am using a font called Goldplay. For the weight, I'm going to use bold. Control T for transform, hold alt to make it bigger and scale it up. I think the spacing between the two lines is not good, so let's reduce it from this. Yes, I think this is good. This is much better. Control plus T again for transform, make it bigger, click enter, move the text layer below the main subject layer. Yes, this is much better. Let's change the color, click this icon here, this color, and let's make it this violet or purple from the background. Hit OK. Now guys, it is behind the main subject, but still readable. You can understand that this text is saying grow your social media. Now let's add some dimensionality to the text layer. Create new layer above the text layer by clicking this plus icon. Okay, let's hold alt and click between the two layers to create a clipping mask. Choose the text layer, hold control and click to the text icon here, go back to the new empty layer, G for the gradient tool. Make sure the colors are black and white. Click and drag from bottom to top. Control plus D to deselect. Change the blending mode to soft light. Yes, I think this is much better. Let's see before and after. Yes, okay, this is good. Now let's add some elements to the design. How we can do this? Okay guys, let's go to file, place embedded. First of all, let's choose this Instagram logo. Okay, let's scale it down, rotate it a bit, move it to the corner of the cell phone here. Yes, I think it is good. Now let's add the other logo. Go to file, place embedded. Let's choose the Facebook logo here, rotate it, make it a little bit smaller than Instagram size. Okay, V for move tool, click and drag to move it. Now we want it behind the cell phone layer, so let's choose the Facebook layer and click and drag below the cell phone layer. I think this is good, maybe a little bit smaller by holding Ctrl plus T for transform and scale it down a bit. Yes, I think this is much better. Okay guys, now let's add another logo, which will be file, place embedded. Let's use now the YouTube logo, scale it down. Okay, now let's move it here to interact with the headline, make it a little bit smaller. Okay guys, now we want to add, let's check the original file here. Now let's add this motion blur. I will show you two techniques and the one I prefer. Okay, the first techniques will be filter, blur, and will be a motion blur. Okay, now this guys, this is a bit too much. Let's reduce it. Okay, we can change the angle here. Okay, but this technique I don't like because it doesn't give the idea or the illusion of it is moving in one direction. It is giving the illusion that like this icon is shaking, not moving from one direction to another direction. Now the second techniques that I prefer, that I think it is more professional, how we can do this. Let's go again to filter, blur gallery this time, and path blur. Now in this path blur menu here, we have this arrow to determine the way or the path that is going from this point to the other point. Now let's click the first point here, move it here, click the other point, move it here, and the middle point we can give it a curve. In the path blur here we can change the basic blur to rear sync flash. Yes, now guys, we have the illusion that this object is moving from this direction to this direction, and now we can see the arrow here, and let's hit OK. Let's see before and after. Yes, I think this is much better. Let's add the WhatsApp logo and do the same technique to it. Control, click and drag and move it to top here, reduce its size again, rotate it a bit. Okay, click enter, filter, blur gallery, path blur, choose the first point, click and drag, choose the second point, click and drag, choose the middle point, make it curved a bit, change the path blur from basic blur to rear sync flash, and hit OK. Yes guys, it is a lot better and a lot professional. Now guys, let's add some dimensionality to this visual by adding some elements to the foreground and the main subject, and the cell phone will be in the middle ground. The text and all the elements in the background will be at the background. Now let's choose the Instagram logo by holding Ctrl and clicking. It is automatically selected here in the layer panel. Hold Alt, click and drag to duplicate the layer. Control plus T to transform, make it a little bit bigger. Yes, I think this is good. Maybe a little bit to the side here. Press enter. Now let's add some blur to it. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Yes, I think 4.5 is good. Now guys, we want to blend this logo better with the background because it is a little bit lighter than the background. How we can do this? Choose the new Insta logo layer, Ctrl plus L to open the levels panel here. In the output levels, choose the slider for the white color, click and drag. Yes, I think this is much better. Yes, let's see before and after. Yes, it is much better. Now guys, I think it is a little bit small, so let's scale it up. Control plus T for transform. Let's scale it. I think this is good. Let's do the same technique for the Facebook logo on the other corner. Control plus click on this Facebook logo to be selected here in the layer panel automatically. Hold Alt, click and drag to duplicate. Control plus T for transform. Scale it up. Yes, I think this is good. Again guys, we can go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, but we are learning a new technique. Now we can click or hold Control plus Alt plus F to add the last effect from the filter panel. Yes, choose 4.5, click OK. Now guys, it's a little bit lighter than the background, so let's make it darker. Control plus L to open the levels panel. From the output levels here, choose the white slider, click and drag. Yes, I think this is much better. Okay guys, now let's add the play icon we added in the original visual. Control plus click on the main subject to choose it. Okay, go to file, place embedded, choose the video play here, assets. Let's make it a little bit smaller to be inside the cell phone. Make it a little bit bigger. Yes, I think this is much better. But now guys, it's not clearly visible. We need to add some area behind it to be fully visible. Choose the layer of the main subject. Go to pen tool by clicking this icon here, or P on the keyboard. Let's make sure that this shape, not path. Okay, let's click, one click, click here and drag. Okay guys, let's click again. Okay, let's click to end the shape. Now it's not horizontal, it's not aligned to each other. How we can fix this? By clicking Control plus I to show the guides here guys. Let's click, and yes, now we have a guide. Go to this icon here, direct selection tool, or simply the shortcut will be click A on your keyboard. Choose this vertex here or point here and move it up. Yes, I think this is much better. Control plus 0 to show the full visual. Now it is a little bit dark, so let's reduce the opacity. Yes, I think this is much better. Yes, I think this is much better. Okay guys, let's add some flares to the text. And before we continue guys, if you like this type of content, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I am uploading new original content more than 3 times a week, and if you have any visual or artwork you want to see a step-by-step guide to it, please share in the comment section below. Now guys, let's hold Control, click on the text layer. Okay, it is selected here. Okay, let's add the flares. Go to file from the top menu, place embedded, choose the flare, enter, change the blending mode to screen, enter again, Control plus T for transform, move it, hold Alt, click and drag to scale it. Okay guys, this is much better. Okay, let's hold Alt, click and drag to duplicate the layer and add another one here and position it however you want. Okay guys, let's see what is left to do. Let's add some details to this event maybe. Okay guys, let's hit T for the type tool, click once. Let's add some date, maybe Sunday, click enter. Yes, again, sorry guys, Sunday, enter, August 22 and the year 2021. Choose Control plus A to select all the text. The text alignment, we want it to left aligned. How we can do this? By going to the paragraph panel. If you can't find it, you can go to window, paragraph. Okay guys, let's choose this. Okay, again this. Let's change the weight of the font to be light. Yes, and let's increase the spacing between the lines from this icon here. Yes, I think this is good. Click away to, okay, press V to move tool, Control plus T to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, position guys it however you want. Add the color, let's make it dark gray. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. Let's add some line next to the text layer to help for the visual clarity. Let's choose this icon or hit U on your keyboard. Click, hold shift and drag to make a straight line. In the appearance panel, in the fills, choose none. In the stroke, let's make it the purple violet color and the stroke weight will be 2. Yes, I think this is better. Let's group this with the text layer. Choose the first layer, hold Control, click on the second layer, Control plus G. Okay, now guys, let's hold Alt, click and drag. Okay, now guys, it is moving freely, but we want to make sure it is aligned with the first text. We can hold Shift to make sure it is aligned. Click and drag. Yes guys, let's add some name to this girl. I think it will be with, what do you guys think will be her name? I think Sophia will be cool. Yes guys, okay, we want to make this line a little bit shorter. How we can do this? First of all, choose the line layer, hold A to the direct selection tool, choose the lower point on your keyboard, go to up using the arrows. Okay, I think this is good. Again, Control plus 0 to show the full visual. Now guys, what is missing here is the text at the end. Okay guys, let's go at the top menu here, T for type tool, or click this icon, click and drag. Yes, it will be filled automatically with some text. Make sure it is center aligned. White will be color will be white. Make the size smaller. Okay guys, you can fill this area with whatever info you want. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay guys, I think this is good. Move it here. I think we have done a good job, and now we are finished guys. Tell me what you think of this visual, and if you have any special requests, please share in the comment section below. Thank you for your time and have a good night. Bye bye.